From Corolla One Studios in Glendale, California, and available on your mobile device through Stitcher Radio, this is The Adam Carolla Show. Adam's guest today, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones and old pal, Dickie Barrett. Plus, Bald Bryan with the sound effects, and Mike Lynch filling in for Teresa for some reason. And now, from parts unknown, Adam Carolla.
Yeah, get it on. Got to get it on. No choice but to get it on. Mandate, get it on. That's right. Teresa Strasser's not here today. Mike Lynch gave me a call. We're talking about some book-related crap, and I told him, well, why don't you read the news? Let Bald Bryan focus on them sound effects.
Uh-oh. The mellifluous tones of Mike Lynch.
Yeah, you mic'd up? Good. You sound
Am
good.
I?
Yeah. You sound good, buddy.
All right.
I like you because you're not a prima donna.
Nope.
But then again, why would you be?
Who is number one?
Yeah, Minka's number one. All right, plenty show planned. You heard all about Dickie Barrett, dear friend, coming in. First, want to talk to you about our good friends Stitcher. That's right, Stitcher.com. Free app. Phone, you can do it on your iPhone, your BlackBerry, Android, and Palm. It's free, people. I don't know how else to put it. You can listen to the show. You can listen to exclusive, extra yappage from the Ace Man on Stitcher. Again, you go to Stitcher.com. It's an app. You toss it right onto your iPhone, your BlackBerry, Android, and Palm, and there you go. This show will automatically be there, streaming, waiting to pounce like a puma on your ears. Anytime it's on. So you don't have to sync it up to your computer anymore. It is already done for you. That's our good friends at Stitcher. Stitcher.com. And again, I don't like to brag, but the exclusive content, some good stuff.
Often better than the regular content.
Yes, a lot of folks would mail that in. Not the Ace Man. That's right. I wait till the room clears out, then I bring the good stuff. So Stitcher.com. All right, couple things. I told the Wheeze to man the microphone because you guys have long heard my conspiracy theory about water in restaurants and them selling you the bottled water and then doing that bullshit move where they go, would you like still water or sparkling water? And then the person, because people are sort of half listening, they're engaged in conversations and restaurants are loud and they're chicks and they've had a couple glasses of wine and they do that thing where they go, oh yeah, just regular's good. And then they come back with the 3 perfume-sized bottles of super expensive still water and no one can send it back. This is a theory I've always had. It's a conspiracy theory, but it's true. And I know they make a ton of fucking money off this. Why shouldn't they? They tell you they make all the money off the bar. I mean, seriously, the Dover sole or the fillet or whatever they're selling for $17. How much money can they really make off that? They have to buy the fish, prepare the fish, make all the things, pay the guys, clean the dishes and all that. It's the booze in the bar. Well, Donny and I, when we were out at Pebble Beach at the car show a few days back, went to an Italian joint and had something happen for the first time. They said they did the usual still water or bubbly water, Pellegrino. And we're just sitting with Donny and Sandy and our buddy Rudy and just his wife, regular people. So Donny gave the just regular water's fine. And then the guy said, oh, we don't offer that. So now Donny was sort of left with this choice between regular, still water and carbonated water, both at, I'm sure, $9 a pop. And Donny said, well, just the regular then. And then the guy went, still water? And Donny went, yeah. And then the guy walked away and I was like, oh, fuck. Not only are we now paying for water, but we're paying for tap water, essentially. The thing, I can't help it. I don't care how much money I have or make in my life. I'll always have that part of me that says, look, if this tastes exactly the same as the shit that was coming out of my mom's spigot in 1973 or 1923 for that matter in North Hollywood, I don't want to pay a premium for it. At least I'll order the Pellegrino because it tastes like something. It's like, all right, I can rationalize or justify.
You're paying extra for something that Ray would put in his ass.
Right. Now, the mic went lower on you, which seems too low to me.
Let me try that again.
There we go. That's better. Now you got it. So Right, something that Ray would have shot out of his ass a few years ago back in the Mulholland Club. So the point is
Wait a second, but insult to injury, the guy brought 2 bottles.
oh, well, that's the other thing, too. They'll do the math. If there's 5 people, they're bringing 2 bottles. And the thing that was extra suspicious about this is he didn't crack the top on it. It had the kind, you know how
Rubber, kind of latched top.
like Grolsch bottles come in. And there was no label on it. And
Yeah.
it was cold. Like, literally could have just gone to the back, filled it with a hose.
What do you mean, coulda?
Yes. Went to the back, probably took filtered water, filled it, put it in the refrigerator, snapped the cap on it, and then brought it out $9 at a time and 2 at a time. So you're into this thing $18 and the breadsticks aren't even at the table yet. And now it's this weird move where you have to just scream you're the cheapest guy in North America. Like you have to tackle the guy when he's walking back to the kitchen because he did a still water or bubbly water, and then Donny went regular water, and he went, oh, so still water? And then Donny said, no, just like, from the tap. And he said, oh, we don't have that. And then Donny said, well, but still, and then the guy walked away.
Yeah, we don't have that. Like, they have no water faucets.
How do they wash the fucking dishes?
Yeah, how do you steam the carrots? How do you boil the fish? I mean, what?
Right, so then...
If that water's that bad, what are they using it for food prep?
Then we got 2 bottles of the shit, which again... Since when do they do that? Like if you order beer or a bottle of wine, what else do you order that comes 2 at a time?
And if they're going to rape you, they're going to rape you twice in one sitting?
With 2 bottles.
Right. So we were literally raped coming and going with this. And I know it's a fucking conspiracy and it drives me insane. And just like,
it's a smoke and mirror thing too, because you're sitting down, you're trying to get, acclimated to the restaurant, and
I would love to find out, just like the snobs who can profess to tell the difference between a $200 bottle of wine and a $20 bottle of wine from Trader Joe's. I would love to find the person that tells me the difference between that and tap water chilled to the same temperature and put in the same container. Really, for the love of Christ. So that's my number 1 Donny story. Number 2 Donny story is we got in a little argument on the way out there because he asked to see my TV pilot that I did for NBC. You guys try to weigh in and don't side with me just because I'll fire your asses if you don't. He got I gave my TV pilot. He said he wanted to see my TV pilot that I did for NBC. And it's basically a disc that's a $3 million disc, although it's not worth the disc that it's printed on. But I showed it to Donny. Donny and I have been friends for 25 years, lived together. And Donny's in the business, as they say, editor in the business, very successful for many years. So I gave him the disc. And then about 2 weeks later, I said, somebody else wanted to see it. Chris Titus wanted to see it. Mm-hmm. So I said to Donny, I need that disc back. And he said, oh, it's in my car. And I said, oh, all right. That meant to me, I guess he didn't watch it if it's still in his car.
It has a cup of coffee on it right now.
Yeah. So I thought, all right, he didn't watch it. I didn't say anything. So then he came back the next day, and we were at the shop, and I said, Donny, did you got that disc? You got the pilot? And he said, yeah, it's in my car. But he didn't have his car the first day. I guess for some reason it wasn't around. So I said, yeah, it's in my car. And I said, all right, I got to get that. So I went out, got the disc, and drove home. And I thought, what an a-hole. Guy's had my disc floating around the car for 2 weeks, doesn't watch it. And by the way, doesn't give a, hey, man, sorry, things have been pretty hectic. One of my kids had the sniffles. But, when Titus is done watching, I'd like to check it out.
In Donny's defense, he did put it into the CD player of the car a bunch of times, and it still wouldn't play.
Okay.
Well. All right.
So it was just in the back. It was just the boot of the car. So I thought, all right, well, Donny forgot to watch it. But I didn't say anything to him. And it was just sort of one of those, I guess if you tried to pull that shit on Teresa, she'd be pissed. But, I take it with a grain of salt. It's the wheeze. She's got a busy schedule. Then month after that, we're just talking about something. I don't know what. And he said, yeah, it's like your pilot. Like a little too, I think it was like a little too sophisticated for NBC. And I said, well, how the fuck do you know about that? And he said, I watched it. I said, you watched it? And he said, yeah. And I said, you did? He said, yeah.
Prove it.
I said, why didn't you say anything then when I was getting it? He's like, well, why? I enjoyed it. I said, Donny, if you don't say anything, it seems like you don't enjoy it. Why? I didn't say I didn't like it. And then she said nothing.
All right, but let's back up.
Let's
a little
back
bit.
up,
Okay.
please.
First of all, I got the pilot right after it was not picked up. So what am I supposed to do? Like, I thought it was it was a very funny pilot, but it was a sophisticated pilot. It wasn't like a normal sitcom. It's like Arrested Development.
Right.
But also, it's right after the pilot's not getting picked up. What am I supposed to do?
No,
Like,
it was a month aftord or something. It
No,
wasn't
no,
right
but-
after.
To me, that's exactly when you comfort the
But
audience.
what are we supposed to do? What do you mean?
well, I'm going to bring more attention to it? I don't know. I feel
You make a very compelling point. What do you
no,
mean?
it just feels like you're lying or exaggerating if
No, you have to make some acknowledgement that you saw it, though. Otherwise, it's confusing to the person.
well,
If you wrote a book on mini bikes, which is coming out,
yes.
My Miniature Life, and I said, you know what? I'd like to read that book, Donny. And I just took the book for 2 weeks, and then at some point you went, someone else wants to read it. Could I have it back? And I went, all right, it's in the car. And you just went and got it, and I never said another word about it. Would you think I read the book?
Well, I probably would have asked, though. That's your mistake. You didn't ask. Like, hey, what'd you think of the pod? Did you
No,
watch it, or-
nobody would ask if you saw it because you didn't say a
it's not
word.
true. People would
Now,
ask.
now, see, Donny, this is where your social disconnect really comes in. Or you're lying, but I don't think you're lying.
No, I'm not lying.
Okay, so you're just incredibly dumb.
Okay.
So what happened?
Incredibly
Donny,
Donny, you know that. Please thank Bryan. Brian's got tumor. He can make more sense of this than you.
Donny has 5% of a point. Your lack of not low self-esteem, your lack of esteem. You would never ask someone, "What'd you think?"
Ever.
But some people would say, "Oh, thanks for that book back. By the way, what'd you think?" Or, "Yeah, thanks for giving me that disc back. What'd you think?"
Some people would say that. A lot of people would say that, except for I didn't ask what you think because he didn't hand it to me. He said it's in the car. So it seemed to me like it was floating around his car
Now
for the last 2 weeks.
Let's even go back a little further. Because of Adam's, I call him coach sometimes because he's constantly training me. He leaves stuff like at his front door on the floor, so he remembers to take it, or Lynette should do something with it.
No,
So
let me
what I
explain.
did is after I was done watching it with my wife, I threw it back in my car.
Let me explain how that works. I have a policy, which is when Donny calls me in my hotel room 2 hours before the gig and says, I'm down at the club and I don't have the charger for my iPad. Could you bring me your charger? I immediately, while I'm on the phone with him, go grab it, hang it on the doorknob. Because if I go, yeah, I'll get that, hang up, finish beating off, watch a little TV and take a nap, it's gone.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is put it by the door
Falls
while
under the
you're on the phone.
category of know yourself.
Yeah, throw it in the car while you're talking about it.
Yeah.
That's what Donny did with my pilot.
Coach Corolla.
But the last time I saw you, you threw it in your car and you left. So when I asked you a week or two later, where is it? And you said it's in my car, I just assumed you had an opportunity there to say, oh, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have or said something.
I just still feel it was an uncomfortable moment. It was right after,
As opposed to this.
Uncomfortable moment. Donny, are you high? What are you? Oh, sorry. Are you not high? No, but I mean, what do you mean an uncomfortable moment? You like the sitcom, right?
Yes, I did.
All right. Have you seen me licking my wounds over it
No,
or
you forged
lamenting?
forward. You just
Have I
moved
said
on.
anything to anyone? Has Bald Bryan went, hey, boss man, by the by, really did enjoy. Shut up, Baldy! I don't ever want to hear about that sitcom again. Has that ever happened?
No.
Was I talking about it? Was I lamenting it? Was I seem down about it?
Let me ask you this, then. What's your breakdown? What was my angle?
Well, when you borrow or when you ask to look at something.
So you're saying out of courtesy, I should have...
No. It's not even courtesy. It's to avoid confusion. When you ask to look at anything, whether it be a painting or a sitcom or a book.
Okay, let me switch to something.
Oh, look, if someone says, let me show you some. If you said, oh, you have twins, let me see the pictures, and you just stare at them for 3 beats and then hand it back to the person and walk away, what do you think that person thinks of you? I didn't say they were ugly. I never said they were ugly. Huh?
Well,
No, so listen.
you could look at those
I
pictures and
assume
go,
you
nice,
didn't. I
and
assume
turn
you
away.
didn't see it because you didn't return it to me. You didn't return it to me. I said I need the sitcom back.
Here's what I'm saying. There's a 50-50 chance I saw it or I
No,
didn't
there's
see
not
it.
a 50-50 chance. If I say I
I
need that sitcom back, and you say, yeah, I'll give it back to you, then in most people's mind, you didn't see it, or you're going to watch it that night.
Okay, let me ask you this.
All right, wait, hold on. Are we all in accord with this? Do we all agree with this? I'm never going to get tired of this.
Let's take something simple like.
But Donny,
let's take something simple like a birthday.
Hold on, you have to understand.
Let's take something simple like a birthday when you've known something for 20-something.
You have to understand these
years.
simple concepts first.
This
you
is
have
a
to
simple
write
concept.
off on the concept.
Hey, Lynch, what are Dr. Laura's up to right now?
No, birthday's different because birthday is, if I don't say happy birthday on your birthday, it's because I forgot it was your birthday. But if I ask you, hey, is it your birthday? And you go, yeah, it is my birthday. And I go, huh. And I walk away, well, then that's different.
So you've forgotten my birthday for how many years now?
I don't forget about it. I'm too busy partying with Kimmel. It's Kimmel's birthday. Donnie's pissed because his birthday's on Kimmel's birthday. Guess which one we celebrate.
But also,
guess who gets more gifts?
Birthday is something you just do by not dying. This is something Adam put, 9 months of blood, sweat, and tears into.
Yeah, you know what? Here's the thing. I assumed you didn't see it.
You assumed.
Well, I would have no other assumption to make because you
could have asked.
I could have asked if you saw it, but it seemed moot because you just handed it back to me without so much as an utterance, which to me meant you didn't see it, and because I took it away from you.
Wait a second. Let's look at my track.
You really
what am I
want to try
doing?
to
Am
work
I
this
insulting you? Or
no, I'm just
let's
saying
look at my track
no idea how to
record
be a human being.
as a human being between my friends and family.
How
do people
will you
describe
acknowledge this? Will you acknowledge how weird this one part is?
And now stop speaking.
Will you acknowledge this so we can move forward?
I can't relate to it.
You can't relate to this?
God, I can't.
All right, so a guy you knew when you were 18 who was your first roommate, who's one of your oldest friends, who's now your business partner, and you work in the industry and he works in the industry, makes a $3 million pilot that he stars in, and that is shot over the course of months, that he wrote the script and blah, blah, blah. You ask to see it, you see it, and you give it back to him, and you never make an utterance.
What do you think? I think the thing was a piece of shit. Or
I don't think you've seen it. Why should I think you've seen it? You didn't say a word about it. It's confusing. What do you mean? What do I think? Do I think you think it's a piece of shit? No, you hand it back to me and you go, that was nice.
Partly, I don't know. I don't know. He's gonna get.
You don't know.
I don't know what you're insulted by. He almost spit his coffee out.
I'm not. First off, I'm always confused more than insulted with you because it's like a donkey shitting into your wagon.
Let me ask you this.
It's like if you're not insulted by it, the donkey doesn't know what it's doing. You can't blame the donkey.
We better change the subject.
No, Donnie, I'm not insulted. I'm A, first confused, and then B, confused that you're confused over how society works. Donnie,
I think I got a good handle on society.
You got a good handle on? You borrow some guy's $3 million pilot that he wrote and starred in and then hand it back to him 2 weeks later and you never say a word and then another month goes by and it never comes up?
Next story.
Nobody? Mike, please.
Well, I think there's an easy way to sell this.
Well, he's biased because he worked on the pilot.
Donnie's
that is true.
biased. It's not even about
how many times did he say it was great?
It's not about saying it's great. You have to say something.
There's an easy way to sell
You're
this.
totally,
no,
Donnie,
wait
are
a
you
second.
this confused? Are you this
didn't
confused?
Wait.
You think I need an ass licking?
No, but why would I have brought it up a month or so later? What's that all about?
You were just talking about it and it just came out.
Okay, so it came out in general
We were
conversation?
talking about something and you went, yeah, like your pilot. And then I was confused. Wait, you never saw my pilot? And you're like, yeah, I watched it. Donnie, really?
Who complimented you on the pilot first, your parents or Donnie?
Probably me.
My mom watched it and said it was as good as other shows that were on TV.
Before Donnie.
Before
me?
Well, Donnie, I never thought Donnie
when did
saw
she
it.
see it? When did she see it? Before or after the NBC decision?
She saw it afterward. Donnie, are you factoring in it getting picked up versus not getting picked up? Because Lynch is right. It not getting picked up is a better argument for saying, hey, man, it was really good. I don't know what those assholes were thinking. It should be on the air in the fall season. It's a hit! Donnie, you don't really believe that part, do you?
Well,
your
listen,
argument.
I'm trying to figure out where my head's going with this or why I did that then.
All right. I'm just saying, in the future, whether it's a painting, a book, or, God forbid, pictures of someone's twins, please say something. It'd be nice if it was positive.
This is getting really weird.
It doesn't always
my
have to
wife
be
says
positive.
stuff like this to me. Like,
Yeah.
you could tell me, I look
you
good
don't have
or
to,
I did a good job.
You don't have to tell me my ass looks good. You asked to see something. Then you saw it, and then you handed it back to me, and you didn't say anything.
Well, okay, here's why you should have asked. Because
I should have asked if you saw it.
I've seen everything and heard almost everything you've done. Almost.
Right.
Okay. So why would I
Wait a minute.
Not watch it?
2 years into doing the radio, I said, Frosty, Heidi, and Frank were talking shit about me again. And he said, who are they? And I said, that's the show that comes on after our radio show. And he said, oh.
Okay, so what does that mean? I'm at work. Would I have time to like listen to talk radio all day? No, I'm in an edit bay locked down for 12 hours a day.
I don't know that you see everything that I do. That's all I'm saying.
Well, wait a second. Why do I have to tell you every single thing that I'm like watching or observing of you?
That's exactly what my argument is. You're right, Donny. I'm so wrong. That's exactly what it is. It's weird. Donny, really, you're making this argument? Just say it was stoned.
I was stoned.
All right, good.
All right.
And if you ask to see someone's shit, when they get it back from you,
I will acknowledge it.
You can say it's bad.
I'm looking you right in the eyes. I'm telling you it was not bad. It was a sophisticated comedy.
It will be confusing if you say nothing. They will assume you didn't read their book or see their movie or sitcom.
Okay.
You got me?
Everybody got that?
Yeah, I just assume we didn't see it. I didn't make a big deal out of it.
My birthday's November 13th. Thank you very much. This is Dom Mizrahi.
We'll be at Kimmel's house partying and enjoying it. Now, let me...
Another thing, here's a picture of the bottle we just found on Amazon.
Yeah, it's bullshit. And it's the same bottle, am I right, Weezer?
Same exact bottle.
Exact same bottle. Yeah.
So there you go.
That's thank you, Weezer. Such a bullshit move. I know they're filling that fucking thing up with a filter. And it has no label on it. And legally, they're not presenting it as something other than what it is, which is just them refilling the same bottle. And then everyone's like, well, how does it work from a sanitization or sanitary standpoint? Well, how's a fork work? How's the knife work? It was in someone else's mouth 2 hours earlier. They cleaned it and gave it to you, right? You're not making love to the bottle. You're just pouring it into a cup.
It's like those fake ketchup bottles that they have that are like painted red, and you know that they're just refilling.
Right.
They're not...
They marry them together.
Yeah.
All right. So Donny's insane, right? A little bit.
He's mostly wrong, but again, I attest that you're minorly wrong on this one.
Why? Now, why is it? And
I told you.
Shocker, this one over here.
I'm
minorly wrong because...
You're allowed to solicit a response. You're allowed to say, oh, hey, what'd you think of the... I mean, when they get to that point where, oh, he's not saying
I know
anything.
you're allowed to say what you think, but what if you think the person didn't see it because it's still in their car and you got it back?
Wouldn't I say, hey, you know
what? They
what?
didn't hand it. Donny didn't say, here's your movie back or here's your sitcom back. I said, I need that back. And he said, it's in my car. That doesn't sound like, as a matter of fact, I would argue it makes it seem like he didn't see it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're allowed to ask him.
Here's the real stoner maneuver.
Yeah, I could have.
Stoner maneuver would have been, hey, I haven't had a chance to see it yet. Can I get it back? Which I would be ballsy enough to say to you or ask, right?
Wait a minute.
I'm handing it off out of my car. Hey, I haven't seen it yet. Can I get it back when the next person watches it?
Well, I went and got it out of your car.
That would have been a stoner maneuver.
All right. Every maneuver you do is a stoner maneuver. Yes, right. I could have asked him, but because it was in the car and my belief was still in the car, then that's why. And I got it back from him. I believed he didn't see it. And I also believe he would have said something. That's why. That's right. And I didn't care that much. I was moved.
Clearly.
No, I had moved on.
About you didn't care too much.
No, I wasn't thinking about it until a month later when you said that you saw it, and then I cared because that's when I freaked out over. I couldn't believe you saw it at that point.
What, you did see it?
No, before I just thought.
I don't think you care as much as you're curious about the human nature of it and what goes on.
Thank you, Mike. Do you see? That's how you should act, Bryan. Yes, I'm curious about the how we're wired in human nature. There's no part of me that thinks Donny doesn't like me, or Donny doesn't like my work, or Donny doesn't think I'm funny. It's none of that. I'm curious how people are wired. There's no part of me that's like, well, it's not like one of those commercials where Herb never asked for a second cup at home. By the way, oh. Boy, were those the days when our wives gave a shit about us having a second cup of coffee when we're out and how it reflected on them. Like Lynette would give a flying fuck about that. Adam never has a second cup at home. No, I'm interested in the wiring, that's all. Not the personal part. I'm sure Donny enjoyed it or didn't, but it wouldn't make it wasn't like, oh, he didn't say anything, he hates my guts. No, I know he hates my guts. All right. Dickie will be coming in shortly, so you want to start some... Mike, you snapping in action?
I got some.
Let's do it.
from the International News Center, next to Donny's Mini Bites. This is the news with Mike Lynch.
So apparently Steven Tyler is going to be the new judge on American Idol.
Yeah.
Fox has yet to confirm anything, but sources tell E! That he will be signing on for the 10th season.
Really?
Yep.
Feels like it's been on since I was in junior high.
Two things I care very little about, Idol and Aerosmith, together at last.
Yeah, the two things you don't care about. Sort of like that Reese's Peanut Butter Cup one, except for if they had like manure and horsehair. And they just rammed it together. Yeah, there's a part of me that roots for Steven Tyler for some dumb reason. I'm not sure why. I sort of like him for some reason. I can't figure out why. But he is turning into sort of a sad case, and he's starting to look like one of your mom's friends that had too much plastic surgery. Also, I just think American Idol has probably lost its momentum, and people don't realize how there's a sort of ebb and a flow to life, and there's just sort of like, why was this show, why was Lost or Desperate Housewives so popular 3 years ago? They're not popular anymore. Answer, no answer. Shows have an arc, they go up, they go down, and that's usually about it, and they rarely go up again. Mm-hmm. So I'm sort of hoping this is it for fucking American Idol, because I'm done with that show.
This reminds me, Steven Tyler, they had a song called What It Takes, and there was a great thing you guys remember in the late 80s, early 90s in rock and roll where singers would scream, "Guitar!
Guitar!"
Yeah. Scream for the guitar before the guitar solo.
Yeah, Aerosmith's two best songs are Toys in the Attic and Rants in the Cellar, and they never, ever get played on the radio. They just keep playing Sweet Emotion over and over again.
Dude looks like a lady on an endless loop.
Yes, I'm...
loving an elevator.
I'm just...
Although I do like Ragdoll.
Love on a Stroke Cane is a follow-up to that one. So either way, just as long as Ellen's not on that show anymore, I'm tired of her ass.
Yeah, he apparently beat out J-Lo for the gig.
Well, just because she was too big a cunt.
Right, she wanted $20 million, her own hair, makeup, style team, in a dressing room compound, quote. So he didn't want all that. All he wanted was some good wardrobe and a makeup team on hand. So Steven Tyler, new American Idol.
Let me ask this about you go do the Tonight Show and you go see Tim Allen and he's in his room with his makeup person, and you go see Sandra Bullock, Sandy's I call her, and she's in there with her makeup person. And I understand if you're a chick, maybe, but the dudes and the makeup and the hair, and they have makeup and hair there. Mm-hmm. They do nothing but apply makeup and fix up people's hair. That's all they do. You go, like, if you go do Dancing with the Stars, you don't need to bring your makeup person. There are 6 yentas there who do nothing but apply makeup all day. Now, I know my face is theoretically a little different than Donny Osmond's, but really? Is it that different?
It's just who you want to hang out with. Because, I mean, they always do she's the best. I couldn't live without her.
They're all the same.
No, it's just, these are your friends.
Not that different, though, than Donny Osmond. Big teeth. White.
Yep. Grandiose.
By the way, this
Yells
picture
at his
we're looking at.
friends from high school.
Physically abusive.
If this is Steven Tyler with the makeup team, what would he look like
at a very
without?
bad picture of Steven Tyler. And
As opposed to a really good picture of Steven Tyler?
He did invent the concept of putting a bandana around a mic stand, though. So for that, he should get credit. Also, what it is they will pay for your makeup chick and your hair chick, and they just become little friends, and they become part of your posse. And so you can have somebody pay for essentially somebody to hang out with you, and then your person will also makeup women are always real pushy, and they're always like, you should bring me, and they should pay me, and they should whatever. And that's how these posses get started. Because the second Steven Tyler, J-Lo start paying out of their pocket, they start using the house makeup person.
Right.
All right. Either way.
Next story.
Weezer has something to say, yes.
The key you left in your car door?
Mm-hmm. It's in my pocket.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. I didn't leave it in my car door because I got some stuff in there I didn't want ripped off, and it was parked.
But did you motion like you were going to leave it in the car door?
I'm not going to argue on this one because I did it. I left it in the car door yesterday, but
okay, so
it's right here if you need it.
I should naturally think that you left it in the car door.
That wouldn't be a bad assumption because I did it yesterday, yes. Yes, I thought about doing it, but I realized my wallet and cell phone was in there. And it's parked at the end
And we're
of the
concerned with
driveway.
the car keys now because
I just threw my keys over
there's a
Donny's
big
head.
film crew outside right now for what is it, Garage Mahal?
Yes, yes, we're doing a show right now, and it's out in the driveway. And speaking of cars and saying things and not saying things, something's been bugging me, and I want to get off my chest. And you guys tell me how you would approach this situation. All right? Speaking of psychology. I won't get everyone mired in the details, but as I said, Donny and I just got back from walking the lawn over at Pebble Beach. Biggest collection of cars on the planet. There's no car on that lawn on the 18th green or hole of Pebble Beach that's worth probably, average price maybe $2-3 million for an automobile. I saw an old Lamborghini, and it's a car that I seriously considered buying a couple of years ago, and it was out on the lawn. Very prestigious. To be accepted, it'd be like being chosen for the American team of the Riders' Cup or something to get down there. And this car is a couple $100,000 plus, but it's not a couple of $1 million plus. The reason I didn't buy the car when it was put up for auction is because I was told by a very rich and reliable inside source, it's not the car you think it is. Without getting into all the details, there's a lot of like the engine numbers don't match and blah, blah, blah. So I said to the guy who knew everything about these cars and had an inside source over at Lamborghini and so on and so forth, what do you think about me getting this car? And he said, I wouldn't do it. It's not as advertised, in other words. Well, evidently it is now because it's down on the lawn at Pebble Beach. I do believe no one exactly knows what's going on with this car. But the point is the reason I didn't bid on it is because I heard it was a bad car. I then walked down the beach. I was walking down the green, stopped at the car, saw the guy. The guy who bought the car was it was a cross between Super Dave Osborne and Chevy Chase circa 1988. Just a tall, cocky, good-looking, just
awesome.
sort of wearing like a Lamborghini tie and all that kind of stuff. And I was sitting there looking at it, and I said to him, this is the same car that went across the block at the auction in 2008, right? And he said, yeah. And I said, boy, you got this for a pretty cheap price, I remember hearing, because he got a real bargain on it. It was a $300,000 car that he bought for closer to $200,000. And I said, yeah, wow, congratulations. You really got a good price on this car. Thinking the whole time, I didn't bid on it because I thought it was something wrong with it. And
Wasn't the same guy, was it?
Same guy.
Wait, guy who bought it was the guy who told you not to...
No, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Same guy was down at Pebble Beach was the same guy.
It was a third guy. Okay, guy who bought it was a third
Same
independent...
guy bought it, guy brought down to Pebble Beach, but another guy told me, look out. So then the guy, at a certain point, I said, yeah, I was kind of biting my tongue. I said, yeah, you got a real good price, congratulations. And then I said, yeah, I was looking at it too, so I was sort of following it. So again, I know you got it at a good price, congratulations. And then he literally poked me, and he said, well, if you were looking at it too, why didn't you bid on it, funny man?
He backhanded you?
He took a brandy snifter and he swirled it around. And
he was a Bond villain.
I had about 3 glasses of champagne in me at the time, and I wanted to scream, it's not a real, but it's not what it's supposed to be. That's exactly why I didn't bid on it. Otherwise, I would have been all over it. And I was like, I just stood there silently for a few beats, and the guy next to me said, oh, he has one of these already, and I just sort of nodded my head, and then I walked away. And I thought, I was dying to fucking... Now the guy, he wasn't a dick from he wasn't the asshole leader of a frat house, in an 80s movie, but he was pretty cocky. He did know that he got this car at $100,000 cheaper than it was worth. He knew he was the only guy out on the Pebble Beach, right out on the lawn with
so you're
that
lamenting
car.
not
No,
bursting this guy's bubble?
I'm not lamenting it, but I had information that he was not privy to, and I realized I think I could ruin this guy's day. This guy's having the best day of his life right now. He's beaming. He's shining like a new dime, and I think I could fuck him up badly right now.
Was he trying to be funny when he did the funny man thing, or was he being like an outright dick?
it's hard with that crowd,
Right.
these sort of rich guy Pebble Beach crowd, to figure out if they're being dicks or funny, and oftentimes it's both, because they're dickish guys who have a lot of money who also are trying to be funny. But it was...
Yes, hello, my name is Graham Wellington.
It was at least not humble, and it was sort of cocky, and he did challenge me. Like, all right, if you were looking at it, I got it, you know, basically saying, I got it at a kick-ass price, and if you're looking at it, why aren't you out there bidding against me? And then he said, funny man.
You I know you should have done. What you should have done is been like, just heard some things and walked away and let that seed to grow of
But
doubt in
that's
his
the whole
mind.
point, and maybe I'm doing it right now, but the point is I didn't want to ruin the guy's day, even though I thought he was kind of being a dick, and even though I was really lamenting not getting that car.
It is odd because we talk about in the book having a fuck off chambered and ready to go. You know, just that fuck you, just be ready to get rid of the guy.
Yeah, should have told him that, Donny, you don't have to bring the key back in here. You set it on the... All right, buddy.
Well, you might have to drive in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, I got split. I felt, I didn't feel bad for him. I just thought, about my policy, does it make you money or does it make you happy? And although this would have made me somewhat satisfied, and the joke was on me because even though it's not the car it was supposed to be, it's still worth 50 grand more than this guy got it for, and I still would have bid on it had I not thought it would have gone for that much more. So either way, the joke's on me. But I knew something, I didn't say it, I got kind of screwed with a little bit, and I'm glad I did. And I just want to know what everyone else's reaction would have been.
It was nice of you, but hopefully he's not a fan who's listening to the show.
I heard some things. Walked away.
That's it. All right.
It was just a Honda with Lamborghini spray painted on the side.
Just heard some things. All right. Do you got some more news stories,
of course.
by the way?
Hip hop's cash kings of 2010. Forbes ranked hip hop artists and how much they made. Number one on the list, Jay-Z, coming in at $63 million made over the past 12 months.
How does it work with Jay-Z? Is it him producing everyone?
He's got that, but also co-owns the 4040 nightclub chain, has a stake in the New Jersey Nets.
But oftentimes that stuff just is a money loser. I mean, being part owner in a nightclub and that kind of stuff. How does he make $63 million?
He toured.
Yeah.
He toured?
My wife went to the show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting thing about it, though, Jay-Z, not even the richest musician in his own home. Beyonce coming in at $87 million over the past 12 months.
God, we're so racist in this country.
Diddy
horrible.
Oh, you'll enjoy this too, Ace. Jay-Z comes in at the 35% tax bracket. He's about to pay Uncle Sam $22 million, a sum greater than the total earnings for every other rapper on this list.
Now, can I just say this? When you're cutting Uncle Sam a check, or at least a quarterly check, now good news is it doesn't sting so badly because he only has to cut Uncle Sam $5,500,000 times 4 each. And then he comes walking out in front of the Jack in the Box, and he's got a chicken shit parking meter violations, parking ticket on his rolls. Shouldn't he be able to tear that thing up? The guy paid in $22 million. Nothing. He gets nothing for that.
He has to pay his fair share, Adam.
I know. What is Jay-Z's fair share?
It would be nice if the government, along with your huge tax check, sent you like coupons for eliminate one parking ticket.
Get out of jail free cards.
Exactly.
The point is Jay-Z is going to pay $22 million, and Beyonce is going to pay $37 million. And when they call Department of Water and Power and they ask a guy to come by and troubleshoot their line, he's going to give them a window between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m., right? They get nothing. And not only they get nothing, there's a lot of asswipes like my mom who'd be like, well, why does he deserve any extra? I don't know. Perhaps because they paid in a combined $60 million? Perhaps.
How did I know that?
Perhaps they bought a bunch of libraries and a bunch of school books and paved a bunch of roads. Like, yes, no? Does that resonate with anybody else but me? Isn't that how everything in life works except for this one thing? And can't we just admit we're all just sort of fucking envious, insecure dicks when we go like, hey man, he should pay his fair share, or why should he get preferential treatment? Same reason you get preferential treatment at a hotel when you spend 20 grand a night on a room versus $200 a night on a room. What's the big whoop?
Another thing I'm noticing on this list, and maybe you need to come up with your own line of alcohol, because coming in second is Diddy. A lot of the money he got is from, he came in at 30 million. A lot of what he got is from Diageo vodka, Ciroc, and then...
and what is he doing? Is he in the lab with a potato fermenting it, or is he just putting his name on something?
Ludacris came in at 16 million.
Luda?
Yeah, he came in number 6, 16 million. He has a new cognac line, Conjure.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's Whitey drink? Gin?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Wine coolers. Ace wine coolers.
Ace wine coolers.
They do have Ace slider.
Oh, they do?
I got you some for your birthday a couple years ago.
Thanks, but I enjoyed the hell out of it. Yeah. I got to find out what Whitey drinks and start providing it.
Yeah, it's probably gin, maybe rum. Seems like a...
I'm just trying to think of the whitest of all, because there's gin and juice, so that's no good. But I don't know if the brothers really drink that.
I think white wine is pretty honky.
All right. I'm going, ironically.
Yeah.
All right.
Chardonnay.
All right. Pinot.
Yeah.
All right. Chardonnay. Pinot Grigio. Yeah.
Coming in after him, Akon with 21 million, Lil Wayne with 20 million, Dr. Dre, who I haven't, it's got to be producing.
It's all royalties, dude.
All royalties and stuff. He comes in at 17 million, number 5. Your pal Snoop at 15 million at number 7. Number 8, Timbaland at 14. Pharrell Williams, number 9 at 13.
I don't even know who Pharrell Williams is.
He's also falls into that more producer than...
Oh, he's Pharrell. All right. Scotty
Is
Pharrell?
he from the Neptunes?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Kanye coming in at 10 with 12 million. He actually fell down the list quite a bit because of his shenanigans with Taylor Swift's acceptance.
Oh, really?
He went from 25 last year, 25 million to 12 million this year.
Jeez.
Well, he didn't tour this year.
Yeah, he's smarting. Well, look, the good news is all those guys will go through all that money in the next 4 months. That's the good news. And they'll all end up in jail owing Uncle Sam a huge nut. And also, and then how about this part too? How about the part where like Jay-Z and Beyonce combined? Again, Beyonce's what, making you say 80-something or 60-something?
Yeah,
80-something?
she was 87 million.
All right, so she's 87. He's into the 40s or 60s or wherever the fuck he's
was
60-something.
Jay-Z was 63.
All right, so there they go. They're at about 150 mil, right? Mm-hmm. They're at about 150 mil, and in their bracket, they're probably kicking over 40, 45 mil. The two things that drive me nuts is the poor assholes that are like, oh, you know, there's all kinds of loopholes, and they got a windmill in Amsterdam and all that bullshit. Even if there are a bunch of loopholes, minimum they're paying in is like $25, $30 million. Maybe there's $10 million worth of loopholes. They're still paying in $25, $30 million. At some point, they're going to get divorced. At some point, there's going to be some problems. At some point, Jay-Z's going to run into some whatever. And then there's 21 years from now, our kids are going to be reading in the newspaper, ooh, Jay-Z owes the government $7.2 million. He owes them? There's going to be one of these things that happens. And again, that thing where it's like, all right, you pay 10 million, 10 million, 10 million, and then you have a bad year, and then you fuck up, and then you do this, and then you do that, and the next thing you know, you owe them, but over the course of your career, you paid in $200 million, but you owe them $6 million? How the fuck does that work when a school teacher pays 40 grand over the course of their entire lifespan? Does everyone else think this, and I'm just the only guy's big enough dick to talk about it? And then when fuck sticks, like Maxine Waters talks about the rich people not paying their fair share, and everyone just fucking politely applauds? Are we insane?
I just hope that someday I have enough money to be as angry about this as you.
I'm angry about it for Jay-Z. I'm pissed off. I don't pay, 1/50th of what he pays, and even I'm fucking livid when I can't get my garbage picked up because the can wasn't facing toward Mecca. Get the fuck out of the car and pick it up, asswipe. I'm in the Emperor's Club. You get it? Didn't it all work that way? And what about incentive? Hey, would you like a garbage can picked up? Yeah, hey, Would you like to drag a sofa out in front of your house and not have to call large item pickup? They would just magically pick it up because you're in the Platinum Club. How about that? Good.
Special phone number that you call.
Yeah, when I call 911, it's not fucking busy.
912.
Here's
the
That's
secret
right.
number.
Here's where that backfires. When I call you, I'm like, hey, Adam, I know you're part of the Emperor's Club. I got a sofa here. You're going to have to drop it off in front of your house. And it's like the equivalent of having the pickup truck amongst all your friends.
I
Like,
see,
you got to
yeah.
move, dude. You going to help me?
I get a pyramid of sofas out in front of my
Next
house.
thing you know, I'm dropping
Yeah.
off sofas and love seats.
You're right. Shall we bring Dickie Barrett in here and play a little Germany or Florida? Let me, by the way, give a nod to Go to My PC. And the reason I'm laughing is it's Go to My PC, but it's also, you can also use it if you got a Mac. So you can use Go to My PC on your Mac, or you can use Go to My PC on your PC. Doesn't matter, Mac or PC, it works. Brought to you by Citrix. And you can try it for free. That's right. Go to My PC, free. Try it today. Special 45-day free trial offer just for my listeners. This offer is only available if you use the promo code Adam. So visit gotomypc.com, click on the Try It Free button, and remember to use the promo code Adam. That's gotomypc.com. You access your work computer, access your home computer, access just about any computer from just about anywhere, and try it out for 45 days free. Have a seat there, Dickie.
Oh, you don't want me wandering around the room?
I get nervous when a dude in saddle shoes walks in a circle.
I'd like to do a half a mile, maybe a mile during the show. Just
Get the shape ups on.
Yeah, that, and you got your pedometer on your belt.
I'd actually like to walk to Glendale and back. Can you give me an earpiece?
What's going on, Dick?
How you been, pal?
I hear you guys, you're sitting on your headphones, by the way. But
I'm going to put these on. All right.
yeah,
Good.
I hear you guys are playing soon. I got an email from Jimmy's assistant saying the Boss Tones.
We're playing Thursday night, and you're going to be out of town, though, according to if the information I get from Mike August is correct, and I have no reason to believe it wouldn't be.
Yeah.
That guy this is what he did to book me on the show, which,
Mike
by the way,
August,
thank you very much for having me on the show. I think
Always
you've
a
definitely
pleasure,
got much
Dick.
bigger fish than me to fry, and for you
No,
to
we
take
don't.
time to plug my... Yes,
No, we did not.
I heard you
We had
bumped
Phil
Stallone.
Spector's widow
Yes.
the other day.
Yeah, we had Phil Spector's widow.
He's alive.
Phil Spector's widow.
He does his hair, but his hair's a wig.
Soon to be widow.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
what we're calling him since he went in the big house?
I guess we should. I guess if you go in the joint, we should just call your old lady a widow.
How's my mic? Is everything good over there, Brian?
You sound good, yeah.
All right, and so August,
Mike August.
Mike
Or
August
yeah.
nails me down. All right, so easily, no problem. But lots of little short emails. Next week, Adam Carolla show, blah blah blah. Lots of them, and then I'd ask stupid things just to see what he'd respond to, like still seeing that girl.
Right.
Oh yeah, things are going great. Mike August with every dumb tagline. Then finally, I really need some information. I knew I was going to do the show. Finally, I need some information today. I go, hey, can you send me the address again? And I do this at 8 o'clock this morning. I haven't heard from him all day.
Sure.
But anything
Total rush.
dumb, I have to ask him, like,
Yeah.
Yeah. How you
Yeah.
been anyway?
I've been fantastic,
you have?
Dick.
What's
Yeah.
going on around here?
Well, we're doing a whole big Garage Mahal makeover out there. So we douched out the warehouse, and they came in, Goldberg and Company came in, because when you think about renovating a warehouse, you think about Jews, right? he came in there, and they're putting in all kinds of hoists and pictures and lighting, and it's absolutely
What about the tire rack?
unbelievable.
Is that new?
Yeah,
I don't think
we got a new tire rack
I love
going
that.
on there.
That to me, I would like one of those in my living room.
Yeah.
That's just awesome, isn't it? Like a collection of tires.
Whether it be a tie rack, a hat rack, a tire rack, or a coat rack.
An old
there's some
CD
just
rack.
Yeah, anything that has the word rack a lamb. There's chick has a nice rack.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really nothing that ends
You've
in
always
rack.
been a rack guy.
Rack them up when you're playing pool. I mean, there's no bad rack except for Iraq. That's
There's
the
a lot
only
of
bad
things
rack.
we see eye to eye on, but the two of us, rack men, I'd say.
Yeah.
A couple of rack men.
I like to make the announcement, rack 'em up. There's nothing better than you just sinking that 8-ball in on the last shot and announcing, rack 'em up, because you're really saying, hey, bitch, you have to do that. I won. I'm going to go blow butt or a dude over here, and you rack 'em up. I love Dickie because Dickie was a former bartender and gets a certain satisfaction out of, sort of, I think everyone does on your own terms. You wouldn't want to go down to some shitty bar and stand there for no tips. But like me, I like a building project is fun to me. I used to be a builder.
Right.
And when I would throw a party at my house, Dickie would want a 10 bar.
Yeah.
And it would literally, we would go down
I
to
was
the
the
bar.
master of the speed rack, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Right down. I hate top shelf, but speed rack. Boom, 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 boom.
Where did you
Right in
work
there.
as a bartender?
At a place called the Fatted Calf in Boston, which by the way was
Is that where John Ritter used to hang out on Three's Company?
it was half a
Regal
block
Beagle.
away from
Yeah.
the Bull and Finch, which was the Cheers place, and the Fatted Calf was kind of parodied on the Cheers TV show as the Hefty Heifer, which was this was years ago, but mostly the Fatted Calf, we called it the Fatted Half. It moved a lot of product out of that building. There was Colombians and God bless them, they're hardworking people. They worked in the kitchen, but they also did a lot of work in the basement.
That moved a lot of coke
In the
there.
sub basement, and it was right under the State House, the Golden Dome State House. The Golden Dome was created by, so they say, Paul Revere, but you've seen pictures of it, and it was blocks away, and it was crawling at all times with government workers and state police, and constantly, and it was the happy-go-lucky mid '80s when I worked there.
Sure.
And everybody was very happy-go-lucky.
Were the tips good?
It was mostly powder. I was tipped in a lot of powder.
Oh, really?
No, it was good. I did more bussing tables and than bartending, and I enjoy bartending. I was slated probably to bartend. I dodged that bullet when I met 7 talented musicians.
Known as the Bosstones. And tell everyone, because we haven't told this story in a long time, why you will not eat another peanut butter and jelly sandwich as long as you live.
I will
like this
tell
story.
that story, dude, if you tell me the story about you and Kellison driving out to Long Island.
Okay.
All right. So I figured out I was moving furniture at the time, and I had figured out that I probably never travel anywhere, and I was 18 years old, and I'm not gonna go anywhere, and that's what I figured. But I put together enough money to get to San Diego, where my friend's mother said if I'd come out and visit, I could stay there with her. So I bought a train ticket
From Boston to San Diego.
San Diego for about $400, and it was a nice ride going out there, and I had money. I'm eating in the diner car. When you hit the Midwest, the train gets huge, and it's very enjoyable. But I sat in a seat. It was.
How many days is that trip?
3 days. 3 days on the train, and it didn't suck going out there. I enjoyed it,
until
drinking.
Steven Seagal climbed on board. And then he knew there was trouble.
I didn't mind. I'm drinking, like people are getting on and off across the country, and I'm drinking with different people in the bar and the club car, and I'm enjoying it. And I get to San Diego, and I spend a couple of days with this guy's mom, at this guy's mom's house, and I burned San Diego in about a day. I'm like, there's not a lot going on here for an 18-year-old guy by himself hanging with this guy's mother.
Can I
who's
say
kinda
this
showing me-
quickly? I don't know why I just thought of this, but Seagal should have stayed on the boat, and Sandra Bullock should have never got on the boat when it came to Speed 2 versus Deadly Ground or whatever the hell it is.
Under Siege.
Can I say this just to
both?
Do you guys think we'll ever get to the peanut butter?
No. No. But Seagal should have stayed on the boat for Under Siege 2, and she should have never got on it.
Let's throw Busey in there also.
Yeah, sorry. So now you're in San Diego.
San Diego. Someone comes up to me and I'm just hanging around and says, if you get on that trolley train, it'll take you into Tijuana. And I go, oh, that'll be cool. I'll go.
You're
I'll
just
be in a
alone.
bunch. Yeah. And says, if you get on that, and you can go into Tijuana. And I go, oh, that's cool. So I go in there, and I'm in Tijuana, and someone says, if you get on that bus right there, you can go to the city of La Paz, which is all the way down the Baja. And of course, you know this, but at the time, I didn't know it. And I'm like, wow, I'll be traveling down the Baja, and that'd be cool. So I get to La Paz, and I spend a few days there. And somebody says in La Paz to me, if you get on that bus, you can get over to Cabo San Lucas, and you got to see that place, and that's really cool. So I go there, and I'm staying now. I'm in Mexico now with very few things. I bought a pair of shorts.
Sure.
I've got my money, and my long pants are in San Diego because I'm doing this. And
It's just on a whim, and you're traveling around, and you don't have credit cards or an ATM card or traveler's checks or any of that.
This is the early 80s.
You just have cash
cell
in your
phone,
pocket.
none of that stuff. And telephones in Mexico, they didn't even have them yet.
Right. Yeah.
No,
it's seriously.
So the guy's mother thinks I'm missing.
Right, it's a weird thing back then when you think about traveling with no plastic in your wallet and no cell phone and no anything, and you're just literally just sort of out.
I got cash.
Yeah, but you're one good rolling.
I've got $200 on me, man, and I'm ready to go.
But you're one good whore rolling away from being just naked in Mexico.
Dude, that almost happened. So when I'm in Cabo, I'm staying in the $4 a night places, and then in the daytime I'm going to the resorts and just walking to the pool and saying I'm in room 208,
right,
and ordering drinks like that and hanging out with people who are like, the Boston kid is sitting there with them. So one day I'm kind of bored and I hear some Metallica music playing in the building in my shitty hotel. I'm on the ground floor. And I kind of follow and I go up the stairs. There's no elevator. I go up the stairs about 4 flights and to where it's like Ride the Lightning is playing. And I'm like, oh, American heavy metal. I'm so excited. And I loved that stuff at that time. And I knock on the door twice and the door opens really fast.
That was a bad sign.
Yeah. And there's 4 Mexican guys in there. And the room is filled with silver. It's on the beds. It's laid out on any bureau, any surface. It's on the blankets on the floor, and it's tons and tons of silver. And the guy has a huge silver knife. What do you want?
Wow.
And I go, Metallica. And then I'll look at each other. Metallica! And they pull me into the room. And we sit and we drink and listen to heavy metal like all day, tequila and drinking. And it was it got sketchy at sometimes, like, because when they sensed, like all of a sudden it was like, no, we should kill you. Metallica.
Right, sure.
I left there with all my fingers covered and my pockets. They gave me silver all afternoon.
They give you silver.
Silver. They were drinking and getting high at the same time, and they were loading me down, and then they were like,
they're big into silver over there, like lots of silver bracelets and charms and necklaces and earrings and stuff. I don't know what the deal with silver is over there, but they left you weighted down.
Weighted down, and I had it, and I just put it all in my suitcase. Now I've got all this silver. So the next day, someone says to me, if you get on that boat, you can go over to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Right.
And I go, oh, cool. The Love Boat goes into Puerto Vallarta. And the way I pictured it and the way it was were 2 entirely different things. My boat was like a tugboat size boat.
Right.
A tugboat. And it was filled with Mexican workers who go back and forth. It's their commuter boat. And it was and it was like
a lot of guys in 3-piece suits reading the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
Because when I hear Mexican work, I'm just
if you mean
check a pocket watch.
If the 3 pieces are a straw hat, overalls,
1 huarache,
and a T-shirt, that was the 3-piece suit.
Right.
And it was a rough night on the boat. But also, they go 50 cents to get on this boat.
Julie McCoy wasn't there.
No one was there. Stu
man.
Bing, none of them. So, but they go.
You're just traveling alone the whole time.
I go 50 cents to get on the boat. That sounds great.
And by the way, you fall overboard with that Samsonite filled with silver, you're going right to Davy Jones. You're right to Jose Cuervo's locker.
No one knows. So, but when I'm buying the ticket, this is funny too. So I'm buying the ticket, and the guy goes 50 cents, and I go, oh, that's a great deal. He goes, $1 if you want a bed, and I go, $1, and I get a bed and I'll sleep. There was not a bed on the boat. That was the old 50-cent ripoff.
Sure.
But I'm walking around like an
He saw you posing for the picture by the giant iguana and knew you were a tourist. That's how they know when you're a tourist. You're paying $2 to take a picture with a lizard.
I held up a marlin that I didn't catch.
Right.
And so I get on the boat and I'm spend the first 2 hours walking around asking them where it was like
where the bed was.
It was like the freshmen trying to find the pool, and there's no pool in the high school.
In my junior high, they would sell you a ticket to the pool that was on the roof of the gym, which didn't exist.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. And then I realized, okay, I'm going to stand. That thing was tossed around. The boat, it was a nightmare of a ride. It was overnight. So I think it was like it could have been between 6 and 12 hours. I don't remember really at this time. But we get to Puerto Vallarta, and we pull in with all those luxury liners, and it's like a pebble next to Gibraltar, my boat compared to the luxury line. But we snake our way in, and we get in, and I'm off that, and I'm in Puerto Vallarta, and I end up spending 2 weeks there and run out of the $200, but I still have the silver, and now I'm in Mexico City, and I have to get up to Mexicali, and now I'm going to take my first Mexican train, and on the Mexican train was nothing like the train I took across the United States. This was like a U.S. No, other way around. Oh, whoa! It was like a U.S. surplus, something we donated to them.
Yeah.
With school bus seats in the train in each of the thing, and at one point, in order to get from one car to the other, as I'm loading on, trying to find, they can't all be like this because I'm going to be on this train now for I think 24 hours, and I've got to find a comfortable seat, and I have to walk through cattle.
Really?
Yeah, I'm walking like through cattle to go to one of the cars. There's cows on this friggin' train, and we're gonna go cut through the desert. And so the train is 5 minutes till the train leaves. I jump off and get a bottle of tequila, and that ends up being just about my last money. I maybe have $3 more, and I grab the bottle of tequila. I'm gonna drink this on my bus seat, Rumble bus seat for the next 2 days on the train. I get through the desert. All of a sudden, in the desert, some horses come galloping at the train off in the distance, and everybody starts getting nervous. And it's Los Federales. And they were like Frito Bandito style policemen with various guns, and like some had handguns, some had shotguns, some had rifles, some had machine guns. In the bullet belts and everything.
In the desert, you'd much rather run into the Pringles guy than the Frito Bandito guy, because he's just a old timer. He probably sings 3-part harmony in one of those bands. You might see at Shakey's. That's the dude with the wax in his mustache.
Who would you rather run
straw
into?
Cap.
The Pringles guy? The Cheetos cheetah?
No, the cheetah. That guy's beaked out of his brain. You want the Pringles guy, not the Frito Bandito guy.
He'd actually wear a pair of shoes like this, the Pringles guy, wouldn't he?
Yeah,
a pair of saddle shoes.
He really would.
I think you want Captain
with
Crunch.
The wax.
He's going to help you find your way out.
Yeah,
he's a captain.
I'm stuck with these guys, and they're riding horses. Honest to God, I'm not making this up. They ride horses to the train. The train stops. They come through. They're just checking.
Well, to be fair, this is what year?
This is 1981.
All right, let me do some math. So it's 1874 in Mexico. What year would it be in Mexico? I mean, to be fair, it's 81.
The progress exchange rate.
Well, it's 81 once you get back to San Diego. Once you cross over, you're back in 1790. So the early 1800s.
Precisely. And,
right.
And they're coming up the cart, and they spot me because I'm, white, teenage kid, and everybody else is Mexican.
Sure.
And they have me open my suitcase, and in my suitcase is a bag full of pretty nasty underwear, because this was my first trip to Mexico, and that's not a cliche.
Right.
And they open the bag, and they're really mean looking, and then when they open the bag, oh, amigo, oh! And they throw that back, and they look at the silver, and they can't figure that out. And I go, help yourself.
Feast or famine with this guy, Samsonite. It's either a bag of shit or a bag of silver.
Let's make a deal.
There's no in
between. The shitty underwear is actually protecting the silver. It's like, very clever, amigo. Right. I go, help yourself, and everybody grabs a ring. Everybody has a ring. And they're thank you, and they get off the train, they go away. So I get up to Mexicali.
What do you think they were doing?
I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe they wanted a ring. Maybe they knew I had the thing of silver.
I mean, they're just going to run up on the train and just...
Who knows what they were looking for? I think that they kind of are happy to see a train, and they it's their daily thing. Let's check the train out. Maybe something's going on we can F with.
Okay.
And so they get I get to Mexicali. At Mexicali, back over to Tijuana. Tijuana, I get into the United States, and now I'm going to head back. But all I have is $4 and the train ticket back, and I buy a loaf of Wonder Bread and a jar of Skippy peanut butter, and I'm going, okay, I can eat this for 3 days, and I'll drink water off the train and everything. It was so friggin' miserable because the middle day was St. Patrick's Day on that train.
Oh, that's big in Boston.
But all of the in the club car, we will be serving corned beef and cabbage. Please join us in the dining car, and all the meals are announced. And while they're announced, I'm spreading peanut butter on another piece of Wonder Bread.
Yeah, and so it ruined. So it's literally 3 days of peanut
so
butter.
The moral to that agonizingly long story was, I will never eat another peanut butter sandwich again, and I haven't from that day. But I'm sure it's wonderful. Well, but if you 3 days of it, and
the fact that it's been outlawed on every campus between here and Guadalajara now is actually the joke's on everyone else, right?
Who's laughing now,
we're all
my
essentially criminals.
Now, who else has got some story?
I just love that Dickie still has his Boston accent, by the way. It's peanut butter. I love that. It's making me feel like home again.
Skippy, a jar of peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
So where are the Bosstones going to be playing, by the way?
Let me find my plug list.
I have it in front of me.
All right.
Actually,
Are we sure?
I will give everyone a plug. 21st, Washington, D.C. 22nd, Allentown, Pennsylvania. Philly on the 23rd and the 24th of August in New York City.
At Irving Plaza, but also Town Ballroom in Buffalo, New York on August 20th. On the 27th, St. Andrews Hall in Detroit, Michigan. Wow, this is real. This is worse than the story. The Eagles Ballroom in Milwaukee on the 28th. And the 4th, we're playing Mohegan Sun with Aerosmith.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, that's bitching.
If you're listening this morning,
4th of September.
They're playing tonight at the House of Blues on Sunset Strip with Kimmel. Is going to be sitting
Jimmy Kimmel
sitting in with his bass clarinet.
Nice grab.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome.
Picking it. It's going to be awesome.
Wish we were around.
He's real serious about it.
His clarinet?
Yeah, he really is. Like it's not just a goof.
No.
He considers himself a musician, like Woody Allen style. Like he's a clarinet player and he likes to do it. And he's excited. He's like, I'm really excited to be playing with the guys. Are they happy I'm coming? I'm like, oh, Jimmy, they're overjoyed.
Sure.
Yeah, clarinet player like you? Who would want to?
Well, it's always been what people basically talk about the missing piece of the Boston puzzle's been the bass clarinet. It's sort of like when Dallas got Troy Aikman. You know what I mean? They had all those lean years, after Starbuck, and it's like they needed a leader.
Finally.
The guy's going to take him to the Super Bowl, and that's what Aikman did for Dallas. And the same thing that Kimmel did for the Bosstones.
Dude, where were you in 1998 when we started to fall off?
Yeah.
You couldn't come around then?
With that bass clarinet.
Now I'm trying to divide. The pie's a lot thinner these days. I'm trying to slice it up, and you're getting in there now.
The story that Dickie wanted me to tell.
This is my favorite all-time Adam Carolla story.
I can't. It's too long and too boring. It has to do with my old partner Daniel Kellison and going out. Where the hell were we going to? Martha's Vineyard or something?
No. You were going out to what's on Long Island? What's the
Hamptons?
The Hamptons.
They're heading out to the Hamptons and
going out to the Hamptons.
Kind of met him too.
Oh no, I knew Daniel for a while, but Daniel is a Red Sox fanatic. And again, the thing that drove me nuts about Daniel is, when the playoff hunt, fine, World Series, fine, but game 39 of the 162 game season, you have to fucking literally hang on every syllable that comes out of the announcer's voice on the AM radio. He checks the runner. Now he goes, he steps off the mound. He wants to think about this for a while. Daniel breathes a sigh of relief. By the way, they could be up on the Mets 26-0, and it's the top of the 8th inning. Welcome back. And it's like, really, you're fucking still hanging on every fucking pitch.
We're going to take a break and then turn the radio down a little bit. So, Adam, let's talk a little business here.
And then
Adam would start to get into it and be like, and we're back here.
It was a crazy thing because the drive from New York out to the Hamptons, I guess, is exactly as long as a Major League Baseball game. Like, it's exactly like... I got in the car for the first pitch, and we got out of the car when the guy was playing the organ, telling everyone to drive safely. And it was an entire car ride where you couldn't talk. Or you could talk, but you just hear like, And there's nothing worse than this. The guy says he's listening, but he's not. So it'd be that thing where he's like, and it's like, Manny Ramirez throws another strikeout, and then you hear the guy you're talking to. You're like, go, yeah! Pump his face, and you just tell him you think your relationship is falling apart, but he's still pumped up about it. and he realized he's not listening to fucking thing you're saying. Well, you know Daniel. You know, that's exactly how he was. And then this weird thing happened.
He lures you in, too.
He lures you in. And Daniel's one of these guys who just fucks with you, disagrees with you, realizes you want to do something, wants to do something else. And I had a couple days in the Hamptons with super rich guys, and I couldn't take it anymore. I wanted to get on the train with the peanut butter and Dickie. So Sunday morning rolled around, and we were going to get out of there at like 5 in the afternoon and drive back to New York. And I just couldn't take these guys anymore. And I just said, hey, Daniel, like 10 in the morning, I said, what if we just pack up in the next hour and hit the road? And he's like, all right, buddy, done and done. And you know that thing where you're immediately suspicious because this guy's never agreed with anything you've ever said, even if he wanted to do it. He's always a fucking big argument. It's always like a dog pulling on a chew toy, wants to go the other direction no matter what direction you're pulling. And he said to me, like, all right, buddy, I'll pack my bag. And when he said that, I just stood there like thinking, like, well, that seemed too easy. Like, why is he agreeing with me? Okay, I guess Daniel wants to leave the Hamptons early too. Go pack my bag, throw it into his all-terrain Volvo wagon, and jump in. And it's like the doors slam shut. He flicks the radio on. Welcome to Fenway. We got to be Mariah Carey's throwing out the first pitch. We're getting underway. And I was like, oh. Now it's 3 hours of fucking game 40 of the 163-game season on the way home and no conversation.
Was it actually 3 hours, or was he just like, was he driving in circles to make
it? The way up, we hit a horrible thunderstorm, and it was pouring rain, and it took about 3 hours. I don't know.
That was nerve-wracking too, right?
I was hoping we'd just get struck by lightning and the radio would blow up. Like something, the antenna would just get hit by lightning and the fucking speakers would blow out of the fucking Volvo. But, yeah, I don't know how far the Hamptons is from New York, and it varies on traffic or whatever, but it was really door-to-door the length of a Red Sox game, not even of a Mariners game. So
Daniel does this great thing with, and I like the dude a lot. He really makes me laugh all the time. He's great to have around. But he'll go, hey Dick, I heard you played so-and-so or some kind. He'll ask you for a story, and then so you go, yeah, we played there. And how was that? So you start to give him the details, and then you realize he doesn't. He checks out.
Yes, he's checked.
But you're telling the story now,
yes.
and you're like going, but dude, I didn't want to tell this story.
Yeah,
I didn't want to go this. And then he's going, can I get you a drink? What are you gonna have?
Yeah, he's either thinking about Yastrzemski or Rice or any of the other greats that played for the Red Sox over the years. It's so insane to be that involved with something. And I know if you're from Boston, you have to be nuts and you have to go crazy with the sports. But it is the weird, become like Bill Simmons or Kevin Hench or any of these guys. But it's a weird.
There's nothing crazy about it.
It's weird to have your life just ruined and or dominated by this force of these group of guys.
It is, and sad, and I mean, it was even harder before they had any championships.
Now it's weird because now they've sucked you in to their to their
now we're winners,
pool.
and we don't really know how to deal with it. We were horrible losers, and now we're horrible winners.
Yes, and but you don't live there and you don't know anyone on the team. So that's my big point with Daniel. And Daniel grew up in Brattleboro, Vermont.
My heart will always be in Boston.
It's so sad. Nobody in LA has that.
My ass is in Monrovia,
right.
But my heart will always be.
Hey, by the way, if you ever talk to anyone who grew up in LA and who moved to Seattle and you ask them about LA, it's like, fuck that dump.
It's so great.
I'm never going back there. Hey, how about the Dodgers this year? Who? The Dodgers. Who? The Dodgers. Fuck them. Like that's how it works when you live in LA.
When I went on the radio, Adam, I swore, and my show was, to say the least, was a little Boston heavy. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm giving Red Sox scores in the morning,
sure.
and calling my mother, and we're everything Boston. And I figured I'd last about an hour, and someone would call me up and go, we don't give a shit about, but I'm getting, yo bro, listen to your show, love the Boston stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. In LA, you don't have, this will be real easy, but Bryan, you're from?
Bay Area.
The Bay Area, and Dickie, you're from
You better. What do you mean? Where am I from?
That's right. And Mike Lynch.
Born and reared.
Lowell, Massachusetts.
And
guy.
Mike Dawson, who's leaning against the microphone.
Bay Area.
There you go. So who here is from L.A.? That's my point. Me. That's it. That's what you have in L.A. That's why it's generally a pretty shitty sports town because, and by the way, why there's no professional football team because you're a 49ers fan and you're a 49ers fan and you're a Patriots fan, obviously. So you're not clamoring, like you're not fucking picketing the fucking mayor's office going, hey, man, where's our team? You have a team. It's in Boston.
Yeah.
Right? Or thereabouts. But the point is you guys have a team. You don't need a team in L.A. And if there was a team in L.A., you probably wouldn't give a fuck. All right.
Speaking of LA sports, I was driving to work today, and the Dodgers have a billboard campaign here in LA. It says, this is my town, and it shows like Manny Ramirez or Dodgers player du jour. Guess who was on the billboard?
Who?
I'm a card-carrying NAMBLA member.
Wow,
Joel
McHale.
Brandon, this is his town.
Yeah, I've seen the billboard.
I'm a hermaphrodite.
I've seen the celebrities. I've seen like the rappers. I've seen the ball players. But
Huge billboard at La Brea and Olympic. I'm sure there's more than one, but that's the one that I saw.
I saw one with a band that I couldn't recognize, but it's weird because then you got to title them, and then it's hard. Then it's kind of confusing or kind of sad for the band.
But it's kind of makes more sense if it's like an LA native, like the Chili Peppers. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
He's a Mariners fan.
Yeah.
He lives and dies with the Mariners. He's here for work.
Semi well known as a Washington native. I mean, it's not a secret. It's like
he went to the University of Washington.
Yeah, he played tight end for the football team.
Guys.
Yeah.
This is LA. It's fine.
I know.
I mean, I've got a business plan that and you guys can help me out with this. And it's based kind of on, how there's a lot of like Red Sox bars.
Can I just say this quickly? Every billboard that advertises the Dodgers should just go, hey, Mexicans, bleachers, $4. See that? That's it. They don't need Joel McHale explaining it's his team.
You are the dumbest person alive. What is wrong with you?
This is based on Sonny McLean's and all the Boston Red Sox bars that are in this area. And I'm thinking of starting a Dodgers bar and maybe one place would be Lowell. Or South Boston. How long do you think that'll last?
Yeah, Dorchester perhaps.
It's going to be fucking Crystal Knock.
I'm going to put one in Adams Corner. I want to talk to the owner of Dodgers Bar. Could you come out here for a second? No, we want you outside the building.
Yeah. That's what I said. I would say this to Daniel. I would say it to Kevin Hanch. I say it to Bill Simmons. I said all these guys. How long would you guys tolerate me walking around in a Pat Hayden jersey, throwback fucking jersey, just walking around the workplace talking about Rosie Greer, arguing all the time that Jack Youngblood was one of the best and most underrated defensive ends to ever strap on the cleats.
Digging deep for Pat Hayden jersey.
You get your ass kicked by 5 guys named Sully.
Bobby
Cromwell was a triathlete in college, one of the greatest all-around athletes, and by the way, could have played quarterback on any other team, but chose to play DB for the Rams throughout the 70s.
Wayne Gretzky of the Kings.
Right. How long would you guys tolerate that?
His skates.
Jackie Slater should be in the Hall of Fame right now. How long would you guys put up with the Eric Dickerson fucking talk and me in my Rams jersey before you just fucking beat the shit out of me?
We barely put up with it here.
I know. That's the whole point. You barely talk about the Rams here.
Especially like Henchy and Simmons. They're so knowledgeable about all the Red Sox history.
I'm just saying how much, Dusty Baker or Steve Yeager conversation would go over in Boston. That's all.
It's non-existent, my friend. And you know what? It's bad comment on Boston. I prefer this. Who gives a fuck? We're all fine. Mellow out, dude. You're in LA.
Sure.
Relax.
It helps.
We don't care.
Nobody cares.
I really like that you're into that, dude. No problem. Way to go, bro.
Yeah, we don't know how to shit on other people's teams. And then again, of course, cousin Sal from Long Island, who's a massive Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
This notion, by the way, of he liked him when he was a kid. I like ketchup on my hot dog when I was a kid, and then I turned 7. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit. I like the Archies when I was a kid. There's a lot of shit I liked when I was a kid. That's not an excuse. I didn't have pubes when I was a kid, so I shave myself clean now. The point is I know Sal liked Dallas when he was a kid, but he can't talk shit about me liking the Rams when I grew up in L.A. He didn't grow up in Dallas.
But it's not he's kind of like a passing, like, if I had to choose a team, I guess I'd choose Dallas. He loves that team. He's the most knowledgeable football guy.
I understand, but does he have to make fun of me for liking the Rams?
He has to make fun of everything, and that's
true.
That's who he is.
Maybe that's true.
Can I ask a music-related question? Change the subject slightly for Dickie. Quickly.
I hope so.
I
hope I can do this.
Boss Tones, very reggae influence. Adam, not a reggae fan.
I know the band.
You got the Royal Oil. You got Simmered Down.
Ooh.
How do you reconcile that with Adam's hatred of reggae music?
Because we play ska music, which is sort of bastardized. I guess the ska came first, and then they found weed and slowed it down.
I've said it many times. The reggae is a great substrate for you to paint your masterpiece on. It's not good alone.
Right.
It's sort of like Melba toast minus the cheese and the sausage. It's a nice base. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It holds up things well. If you listen to early Pretenders, you hear a reggae ska kind of riff.
The Clash.
The Clash has that, and of course, English beat and all that stuff.
It's a good jumping off point.
Yeah, there's a lot of great songs that by Graham Parker and John Hyatt and guys like that have. As a matter of fact, a lot of the great new wave stuff from the early '80s and even late '70s. And I mean, you listen to Clubland by Elvis Costello and stuff has a ska reggae.
Jamaican.
They're all Jamaican sort of rap to it. So I love that as an undertone for the music. I just don't like it when it comes to the fore.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Right. There is, but
should I answer any other questions you have for Dickie?
There is.
What was it like on that?
There is some solid reggae.
Live in hell, kid.
Is he throwing all reggae into the
Dude,
trash?
are you gay?
Well,
yeah. No, I'm saying is, I first off, if I hear that song, we're jamming.
That's horrible.
We're jamming in the name of the Lord. If I hear that song again, I'll throw myself off a cliff. I don't want to hear I Shot the Sheriff ever again. Mm-hmm. And my feeling is, you get an album called The Best of Reggae, and there you go. You're covered. You're covered for your next party. That's all I'm saying.
There's a lot of great Jimmy Cliff. There's a lot of great Marley. There's really a lot of great reggae songs.
All right, but I could fit it onto one.
And if you're really stoned, dude, there's nothing better. Half a bottle of wine and a large spliff.
And your feet are in the Caribbean Ocean.
And then jamming. Ooh, jamming in the name of the Lord.
Yeah. All right, should we finish off with a little Germany or Florida, something we've been threatening to do for quite some time?
I'd love to be. I love that game.
All right, let's do it. We got to
Which
set up here.
godforsaken land is this fucked up story from? Let's play Germany or Florida.
All right, let's hear it.
A 52-year-old German or Floridian inmate is now facing additional charges after she stabbed her cellmate with a pencil. According to German or Floridian authorities, the inmate attacked the woman she shares a jail cell with and stabbed her with a lead pencil 6 times. The victim sustained minor injuries to her face and neck. The inmate has been charged with aggravated battery. She was first arrested for robbery in June. The victim says that the attack happened for no apparent reason. Mm-hmm. Did it happen in Germany or Florida?
Mm-hmm. Well, it feels Floridian to me. On the other hand...
Good job with the word, by the way.
Floridian. Yeah, I know. That's a tough one. Yeah. Maybe she was writing a note to her inmate. Dear neck. Dear artery and neck.
52-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Old.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily by prison standards, though. And I'll tell you why. If you really think about it, chicks on the outside, boozing, smoking, spending lots of time out in the sun.
Yeah.
The prison chick, dyeing their hair, caking on the makeup, doing all this stuff, worrying. I mean, you can say what you will about prison. You don't wake up every day wondering if you're going to make rent.
Right.
you know what I mean? You don't have a lot of those, you know what I mean? You don't do a lot of hand-wringing in prison. I mean, it's not a great place to be, but you don't have a lot of stuff.
The grocery list.
Yeah, it's not like, I wonder if that UPS guy is going to make it here or not. Yeah, you don't have the worries. You don't really have the exposure to the sun. You don't have all the dyes and all the makeup caked on. and you don't have the smoking, and you don't
mandatory
have
exercise.
Mandatory exercise. You don't have the boozing.
No, you got the smoking, don't you?
They got rid of it. I'm just saying, a lot of those chicks, they're like, you see some of those Mexican chicks in prison, they're like 60 years old, they look brand new.
Right.
Low mileage. Only raped 2 times. Only raped on Sundays by a little old car. All right, I'm going to say Florida. Brian?
She was arrested in June. It's now August. 2 months is kind of a long time for robbery, so it doesn't seem like an American thing. And also, we know from the Craigslist killer that they give you pens in prison in America. So pencil seems kind of German to me. I'm going to say Germany.
And pencil does feel sort of German, yeah. Yeah.
I know the answer, so I have to stay out.
Okay. Dickie, what do you think?
So it's you're going Germany?
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, what kind of pencil? Was it a number Third Reich?
They just, yeah, nice.
That's a tell out.
Thank you. Dickie?
I'm gonna go. I'm just feeling Florida on
Florida. 2 Floridas and a Germany. Dawson, the answer?
It happened in Land O'Lakes, Florida.
Yeah, it did. Uh-oh. I was wrong about the aging process. By the way.
We just saw her picture of her.
Yeah, she doesn't look happy. All right,
but
Dickie
she also
and I
looks German.
Each have one.
Looks like a German man.
Yeah, she does. All right.
You and Dickie won.
Oh, that's
the game. All right.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought we were playing a round. I didn't know it was a round of putt-putt golf. I thought we were playing 18 holes. All right. Well, we won. Now, what's the break the goddamn tie then?
Yeah, I don't feel right. I don't want to go out even with you, Adam.
Let me say this. If we're playing Germany or Florida, don't we normally, when we play it,
no, a round is just usually one question.
We've done it the one.
This contest is rigged.
We get Dawson in there?
Yeah, that's Dawson in there.
Holy God, Dawson. How you been, pal?
I'm good.
Yeah, you can barely see him through the reflection.
Tell you a little story really quick?
Dawson, Germany or Florida?
Dawson, you got a story?
Yeah, it happened in Florida. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened?
No, I went to, I was working at X Games, Winter X Games, in Aspen like last year, and I found out that the Boss Tones were playing a show. So I, bugged everyone I could to try to get tickets to get into the show. And I finally got in and went straight to the front of the stage just because I wanted to see Dickie's face if he
saw
me at a show. So I went right up to the front of the stage and waited till he finished the show, and I yelled, "Dickie!" And when he's on stage, he's in that front man mode.
He's gotta look. He's like a fighter going into the octagon.
Totally breaks character. Totally breaks character.
Really?
Smiles, points at me, and goes, "Dawson, right on."
And were the other 3 people in the audience pissed, or they just go along with it?
When I turned around, then I went up to the bar to get a drink, and some guy is just looking at me like, "Wow, dude, he really knows you, man." Yep, I'm gonna go get a beer.
I heard Paris Hilton was in that room too.
I didn't see her.
I don't know.
We were.
I didn't say hi to her.
Into the
by
Boston.
the way. I didn't say
It
hi
was
to
a
her.
killer show.
Did you enjoy it?
Cannot go wrong.
That's
with
kind
the
of a rough.
Boston.
That was it was a little bit weird, strange feeling,
Why? Altitude?
The ski coats and it was a room full of Dawsons. Mostly
that
and the other half of the room were the ESPN uptights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was their kind of executive
the thing. Well, the Dawsons. That'd be
the Dawsons of the world. You Dawsons.
The Dawson's Bong would be a good name for like a WB show that come out. But the Boss Tones, I've always said, and I've seen the Boss Tones many times, there are certain bands where you need to know the songs, and then certain bands where it just doesn't matter. And if you know the Boss Tones songs, it's great. If you don't, it doesn't matter because they have so much energy, and they have the horn section. And so everything just moves, and everything just cooks, and everything just rocks. And whether you know every cut off every album, or this is the first time you've ever heard them, it does not matter. It does matter, and I'd love to, it'd be an interesting thing. I would love to figure out the band where it sort of matters the most and matters the least. Like, if you're seeing The Cure, it probably matters a lot that you know that song.
Yeah.
And if you were seeing, I don't know why, but something like Morrissey, it would matter that I know, because otherwise if I'm hearing about the girlfriend in the coma or whatever, I'm going out for a beer. But if I saw if I saw Chicago play like some of their early stuff, I heard, 25 or 6 to 4, so getting stronger, something like that, I don't think I'd give a shit whether I ever heard that song or not. I'd probably be enjoying it. And again, big overpowering horn section. But I'm trying to think of like who the number one, like a good, I don't care if I've heard this song, is like Blues Traveler. John Popper's up there, he's belting his shit out, he's going nuts on the harp. On the other hand, speaking of the harp, Bob Dylan, if he's just playing an acoustic set and he's got the thing and you don't know this one, I don't think you need to hang out for that one. What do you think the number one, I don't care, you know, and obviously if you have some sort of like James Brown or something where there's like 20 people on stage and the big brass section, all that, like who gives a fuck versus I need to know.
I saw P-Funk a couple years back, and I only have their best of. Right. So I know 10, 15 of their songs. But the whole show was a blast.
Right.
Yeah, I saw... Go ahead.
I saw Brian Setzer Orchestra, same type
Brian
of thing.
Setzer.
That's a good
with
example.
With the big, multi-person brass.
Anything they do is
doesn't
fun.
matter what they do.
All great songs.
Yeah. And they could just do all Christmas songs.
What about you, Joss Tone?
I saw Maceo Parker, who was in James Brown's band, basically play the James Brown show at a small club in Santa Cruz. Didn't know a fucking lick of his music. One of the best shows I've ever been to.
That's a good example of not even knowing the person.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's a good example of being stoned and just stumbling into a club. Hey, dude, I gotta take a piss. This is good. 5 hours later.
It was a drug-fueled camping trip in Santa Cruz.
And it was just heaven. I mean,
you didn't even know where you were, right?
No, it was called Palookaville, which just sounds like a great place to be high.
That's where guys sent you in the 30s. So you go right to Palookaville. On land, you'd go to Palookaville. At sea, you'd go to Davy Jones' Locker. Those are the two places you'd go. All right. Should I give a little mention to...
Please do. I got to go to work. Kimmel's
You got to go to work. Oh, he's going to get pissed. Well, let me mention something that you're going to like. There's a little Boss Tones for you. English Laundry Clothing Company. They make really cool stuff, kind of throwback stuff from the 60s, early 70s, English style. Stripes and plaids as well.
Where do they get this stuff? I'd like to buy some of this.
Well, I'll tell you what you can do. The guy's name is Christopher Wicks, and his design reflects his upbringing in the UK. It's got a mod look. As a matter of fact, if you check out the Boss Tones, you will see that sort of UK mod look. Guys look like extras from Quadrophenia. And a little bit of a soccer vibe in it as well. You can go online. And you can go to EnglishLaundry.com, although they never write that. Oh, yeah, they do. EnglishLaundry.com, 20% off. And by the way, they make stuff for kids, they make stuff for chicks, but hell, get the stuff for you. EnglishLaundry.com, 20% off the all-new stuff. Not the not the discounted stuff, but 20% off of anything that's not in the bargain bin, as it were. And all you got to do is mention my name at checkout, and you get 20% off. EnglishLaundry.com. That's there's some of the stuff up there for you.
There's you wearing
it. There's me wearing their shirt. Yeah, it's kind of tailored, kind of cool. And again, if you like style like Dickie, check out EnglishLaundry.com. So until next time. And by the way, Dickie, toss out the website. People want to see you guys out on tour.
That's English Laundry.
No, your website.
The MightyMightyBossTones.com. Come see us tonight, Thursday night. We're at the House of Blues Sunset Strip.
Kimmel sitting in on the boss
clarinet. Jimmy, and the gang.
And the gang.
Good luck tonight, Adam.
Thanks, buddy.
Bye,
you
buddy.
too as well. Until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Bald Bryan, Dickie Barrett, and Mike Lynch doing a great job filling in for Teresa Strasser and Mike Dawson saying mahalo.
Get instant access to Adam Carolla, including extra content through Stitcher, our favorite news talk app. No more wires or syncing. Straight from Ace to your phone on demand. Follow the Ace Man on Twitter at Adam Carolla and check him out live August 19th through the 22nd at Denver Comedy Works, at the Sacramento Punchline on September 9th, September 10th at Seattle's Moore Theater, and in Portland at the Aladdin Theater on September 11th. Show details are online at adamcarolla.com. And now, your Adam Carolla Extra.
All right, some news stories we didn't get to. Thought this would make some good extra content, especially one that stands out. Mike Lynch?
Yeah, so I had a story to bring up, which was from Christwire.org. Is my husband gay? 15 signs that your husband might be gay.
Hey, Mike, let's stick to the news stories. I can talk to you about your partner after the show.
The sign that he is gay is that we're gay together.
Mm-hmm. So if your husband, this is a woman, can find out whether her husband is gay.
Yeah, these are signs that your man might be gay. You might be married to a gay guy. Over 2 million couples secretly struggling with homosexuality, according to this.
And these are 15.
Yeah, there's 15.
Now, we got to be honest, Mike, because there's going to be 8 of these that you're going to have to quietly nod your head to. And I'm going to have at least 6.5.
No, well, we'll get through them.
Okay.
We'll see.
Because if it's one of those, are you an alcoholic things, I don't want to take it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, looking at it, there's probably 1 or 2 that were both.
Okay.
Yeah. Secretive late night.
I'm just saying, I don't like eating pussy. I never did. It's not one of these things where... All right, sorry, go ahead.
Secretive late night use of cell phones and computers?
Well, it could be calling a girlfriend or beating off, right?
Well, porn addiction is closely associated with homosexuality, and a secretive nature implies he's trying to hide something from you. Be on the lookout for a man who doesn't want to web surf or answer phone calls in your presence.
But here's the thing. That's the same thing that dudes do when they're cheating. It's a heterosexual move. We don't... I'm not sitting there on UJizz looking at the milk and poppin' section with my trousers around my ankles, and I hear my wife, the nanny, and the kids come in through the front door, and I don't flinch.
Well,
I got nothing to hide. I ain't sucking cock.
Number 2 is a little bit more straightforward, a little bit easier. Looks at other men in a flirtatious way. When you're out in public, does he spend too much time looking at other men? Is he fond of winking at people? Does he get visibly upset when someone doesn't return a compliment about his physical appearance?
Well, the physical appearance part is kind of interesting, but I would argue that if a guy is closeted and gay and he's out with the old lady, he's not winking at other dudes.
Feigning attention in church or prayer groups.
Oh, sure.
Does it ever seem like he's just using church as an excuse to spend time around young men? Does he volunteer to mentor in all male groups? 4, overly fastidious about his appearance and the home.
Yeah.
Natural men have a certain amount of grit about them. They sweat and they smell. Homosexuals often abhor this sort of thing and will be incredibly in particular about the cleanliness of their home.
I know this sounds like some sort of horrible, like, reefer madness sort of ideology, but they're exactly right on this one. You show me a dude who's... all the gay guys in Hollywood, like, producers, directors, whatever, their fucking skin winks at you. Like, literally, like in the cartoons when the salesman smiles, that little ding comes off his front tooth. They're that way. Yes, it's a little less about the home and a little more about themselves.
Well, that's the next sentence. Does your man tweeze his eyebrows?
Maybe that's where the word homo comes from. Home. Oh! Never thought about that. But they do love the house, but especially them. And especially married dudes. Married dudes should just be like, fuck it, I'm throwing in the towel. In terms of tweezing the brows and buffing the skin.
Look at me.
Look, you're fucking disgusting. You're a mess. I didn't want you on my sofa. No, I keep some sort of semblance of something together because I have to pop up on TV once every 4 months. But if I didn't have to be on TV, I'd be fucking turned into, Orson Welles and Marlon Brando. It'd be like Marlon Brando ate Orson Welles and then shit out Jan Michael Vincent.
Was there a Man Show bit, if I'm remembering correctly, where you aren't married and you end up wiping yourself with the cat or wearing a Viking helmet?
Yes, the cat. Yeah.
Yeah. Gym memberships, but no interest in sports. They like to work out their bodies without the competition of sports play. Afterwards, they use the showers and steam rooms to engage in sexual activity beyond the prying eyes of women.
It's so again, any evolved person who especially was a little bit left of center would be sort of disgusted by all these completely true stereotypes. It just sounds so bad, but yes, I agree with most of it thus far.
Clothes that are too tight and too trendy. If your husband owns skinny jeans and looks at his buttocks in the mirror, or if he wears an inordinate number of small-sized T-shirts, it's probably worthwhile to pay more attention to his private activities. That can easily be Bonaducci, though.
Yes, that's the only problem is with this sort of metrosexual guys that are shaving their chest and wearing the lucky jeans and wearing the stupid Ed Hardy shirts and everything. That's the only flaw in this plan. There's a whole breed of dudes that are doing this now.
Well, just to move forward a little bit quicker, strange sexual demands, more interested in men than women in pornographic films.
Strange sexual demands.
Yeah, if there's a sudden interest in sodomy, sadomasochism, lubricants, role play, or sex toys, or other non-traditional intercourse methods, this is clearly an indication of deep emotional abnormalities.
I like the role play.
I'm like the guy. And lube, that's just about friction.
Well, mine's not mine's not that imaginative. I'll be the guy who's zoned out watching Sports Center. You play the mischievous wife who's blowing him. Come on. Let's have some fun.
Travels frequently to big cities or Asia.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Big
cities.
Is there ever really a good excuse for a husband to visit Thailand or San Francisco without his wife? Too many friendly young male friends? Do they ever touch each other or embrace in long hugs? Mm-hmm. Sassy, sarcastic, and ironic around his friends. In a sense, he has let his hair down and will be seen, and it will be seen in excessive backtalk and speaking with one's hands.
And what year is this from? This is a modern
it was.
Look, here's the deal. If a guy is into dudes, he will watch gay erotica. He will. There's no way. It's real easy. Check the history on the computer. There's no possible way. You as a psychologist knows this. If something floats your boat, and that could be dudes, black chicks, big bosoms, big ass, whatever your thing is, the computer is a magical window that will search the world for those images and find them for you. So if that's something that you're aroused by, that will be on your computer. Yes. And the thing where the dudes go, I ain't gay, but I do on occasion like to dabble, watch a little gay porn, or I just like to see a couple dudes going at it, total and utter bullshit. Mm-hmm. Total fucking bullshit. You should be nauseated to the point where your fucking liver comes out of your nose. You're yakking so hard when you watch gay porn if you're a straight guy. So if the guy has gay erotica on his computer, he fucking is gay. And if he doesn't, then he's not. If you really, really want to find out and you're really suspicious, get the guy completely liquored up and have your best-looking friend come over there and just fucking make a move. And if he swats his hand, he's fine.
Right.
That's all you need to know.
All right, well, we'll skip to my favorite of this, which is love of pop culture. It's quite common for young men to enjoy the science fiction end of pop culture, but when your husband becomes overly obsessed with romantic and feminine shows, that is a cause for alarm. Gossip websites Glee and The Golden Girls are three well-documented icons of the gay movement that genuine heterosexual men avoid.
So, seeing the premiere of Sex in the City in West Hollywood,
you're done.
I'm done.
It's over.
Thanks, Mike.
That was your Adam Carolla Extra.